So, good evening, good morning, wherever you are in the world. And this evening, I am having a lovely conversation with Deborah Blackman. Good evening, Deborah.
Good evening, Carolyn. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. It's been a long time since we've had a chat.
I
I
know.
appeared on Deborah's podcast way back, didn't
I
I?
know. Yeah, way back when.
Yeah,
All of about, I think probably about 2 years, something like that,
yeah,
probably.
it could
Yeah,
very well
time
be. Yeah,
flies, doesn't it?
it
Yeah.
doesn't seem possible that that length of time has gone by, but there we
Hmm.
go.
There we go.
So, my question to you is, what do you enjoy doing outside of your work?
Ah, well, that's an easy one.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So I have got a gorgeous 2.5-year-old standard wire-haired dachshund.
Oh,
She's called Tilly. And I
oh,
absolutely adore her. So every moment I get, we're out yumping across the fields.
oh, how
She's
fabulous.
doing her thing, and I love it. So yeah, so that's really, if I'm absolutely honest, that's what I really love doing outside of work.
Excellent. Well, and it gets you out in the fresh air, rain or shine, and yes, gets you out into nature and the smells, the sounds, and all the rest of it.
Oh, I know, I love it. And I live in the middle of a city, you see. So I'm very blessed that where I live, just a couple of strides out from my house, because I live on a road,
Yeah.
but I've got the most amazing park. And then you go over the bridge with the river, and then weirdly enough, you're open countryside where they grow crops and all sorts and have cows, and there's all this wildlife. So we're very
Those
lucky.
funny things with four legs.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. And my little doggy Tilly, she's quite happy with the cows. She just looks at them and carries on. And yeah, so we've got a whole band of dog walkers. We all sort of meet up, and everybody knows the dogs' names, and
But not
nobody
the
can
owner's
remember it.
names.
No.
No. Yes, that's normal.
Yeah, yeah. It's like, oh, it's Tilly's mummy. It's like,
Yes.
oh, it's Maverick's mummy.
Yeah. Yeah, that's very, very normal for dog owners.
I
You have to
know.
keep asking the owners' names and it just doesn't stick.
Mm. And after a couple of years, you think, I can't keep on asking what your name is
No.
now. And everybody knows that they can't remember each other. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
strange, isn't it, how that happens? But
yeah.
yes, it's great fun having a dog, isn't it, to walk around and go places. Yeah, I've got a little Pomeranian Yorkie.
Oh,
Uh,
lovely.
Louis, he's 14 now. He's got a sort of bit of mobility problems on his back legs. As soon as he
Yes.
sees a cat, though, that all goes out the door,
I
and we
know.
just
They
go
think they're
fast down the
yearlings
pavement.
again, don't they? Off they run. Yes.
But yes, he does struggle a little bit. So we
Oh,
just sort of take it at his pace, whichever path we come to, he has to decide which way he goes.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
But
yes, no, that's me. And if Tilly's being a little hound, you see, because she's a dachshund, so
yeah,
people don't often think, but they are.
yes,
They are hounds, and so most of the time, if she's not bombing about, she's sniffing. And so
yes.
we go a couple of paces, and then my arm gets pulled off if she's on the lead because she'll just stop dead, and she'll want to have a sniff around. And I suppose I should train her out of that, but I don't mind. She's having her life, so she's a good
It's
girl.
all about sniffing and peeing.
Oh, yes, scent marking everything. And in fact, actually, she might just have a bit of a woof because she's woken up now.
Oh
So,
dear.
yeah,
Oh well, that's
yeah.
no harm. Harm. That's harmless, isn't it? But
Yeah.
apart from walking your lovely little Tilly, what else do you enjoy doing when you're not working?
Well, you see, I'm outdoorsy. I grew up in the countryside,
Mm,
so I like to be out and about. So, over the weekend, because I live on my own, so I have to do everything myself.
yeah.
So, there's a big ivy bush in my back garden, and it looks beautiful, and all the birds nested and everything. So, I don't want to cut it down, but it was getting so overgrown, it was absolutely mad. So, there's me out with all the shears up onto the step ladder, etc., getting
Yes.
absolutely covered in all the ivy and stuff like that and all the debris. So you can always find me out and about doing something. I like to be outdoors. That's if as soon as I can, I like to be out.
Well, it's nice, isn't it? Because we spend so much time indoors, whether it's indoors doing work, indoors doing cooking or whatever housework, and then you go indoors to shop. It's all indoors, and you do have to get outside, don't you? And
Yeah. Well, I mean, I spend a lot of time in front of the screen because, as you know,
yeah,
I do podcasts and things, and
yes,
most of everything's online, you see. So, yes, I'm always in front of a screen, and you can get neck ache and back ache, and your eyes ache after a while. So, it's
mm,
good to be out in the sunshine, out in nature.
yeah,
But another thing that I really enjoy is I'm quite a spiritual person. So, I like listening to podcasts and reading about all the sort of the esoteric stuff in life.
hmm.
She's barking. Actually, you know what? I'm going to bring her up and everybody
Yes,
can see
do.
Tilly.
Let's
Yeah,
meet
go
Tilly.
on. On, let's meet Tilly. Come on, Tills. Oh, come on, quickly. And then you might want to go out, might you? Come on. Here she is. Oh, she's a big girl. Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Let's meet Tilly.
Um, yes.
Oh, hello, Tilly. Aren't you gorgeous?
Yes.
Oh, who's that?
She often comes on the podcast as well. If I've picked her up, doesn't sound very professional, does it? But I am professional. But every now and again, I pick her up because she's wandering around my feet. And then people see a little nose bobbing about.
Yeah, well, she could do her own podcast.
Hey, I love that. A podcast. Yes, right,
Yeah,
madam. There
there
you
you
go.
go.
She can earn her keep. That would be good, wouldn't it?
Yes, yes. Rake it all in. People will come for miles to see a little dog on her podcast. There
Well,
you
there you
go.
go. It's like Instagram, isn't it, for dogs? They always like the
Yes.
cat stuff and the dog stuff. So I'll probably get 10 million views or something. You know, ridiculous. Yeah, she'll become famous and I'll be like her entourage,
Yeah.
she appears on
The
whatever it is,
afterthought.
talk show or what have you. Yeah.
Oh dear. But yes,
Yeah.
it,
Yeah.
it is great to be sort of be outside. I mean, as a kid, I grew up and we didn't have all this stuff. We went out. We didn't have mobile phones. We just went out and we climbed trees and we did all sorts of things outside. And it's crazy. And it really wasn't a very long time ago either. It's all this has
Well,
all happened in such a short space of time.
I know. It's quite fascinating. I mean, I remember because I was very blessed. I grew up in the countryside,
Yes.
so that was my experience of childhood. And myself and my little friends from the village, we'd get on our bicycles
Yes.
and we'd say to our mums normally in the summer holidays, "Oh, I'm off playing with so and so," and they go, "All right, then we'll be back for tea time."
Yep.
And you go, "Yeah," and then you'd spend all day
Yep.
roaming about, not getting into trouble. You might put the bike somewhere and then go into the countryside, into the fields, and sit by the river, watch the kingfishers,
Yes.
have a lark, make daisy chains and stuff like that. Just simple things.
It was,
And
wasn't it? And
yeah.
and the and amused all day,
Oh
and then
yeah.
tea and then bed, and you would be out for the count.
Do you know, yes,
Yeah.
it was one of those things and somehow you just kind of knew you get hungry. And I mean, I must have been permanently dehydrated because nobody sent you off with bottles of water. They didn't even
That's
exist when I
right.
was young. So you might have, if your mum was feeling okay, you might have got a white bread Marmite sandwich or something
Yes.
like that, or Bovril
Yep.
sandwich with
Yep.
loads of butter and really like
Yes.
salty, which always made you thirsty, whatever, or a bag of
Yeah.
crisps or something.
Well, we never carried
And
water bottles about with us, did we?
no, no, never did
Really
that.
strange.
And
And now you see youngsters carrying their water bottles around with them. I mean, whether they drink any of it, I don't know. I mean, I heard somebody say the other day that their child had a water bottle and it was still the same level of water in the afternoon as it was the morning. So obviously, obviously didn't drink
uh,
any of it just for
well,
show.
and I was very lucky, and you could go anywhere, and
Yeah,
nobody was frightened of whatever would happen. And we all had to keep safe because if we'd have fallen over and hurt ourselves,
yeah.
we'd be miles. We couldn't call anybody,
No,
or
we just got on with
and
it, didn't we?
you just absolutely.
Yeah,
And
crazy.
you'd make dens and tree swings and all sorts. Yeah, I mean, it was nice. I was very lucky as a kid. I know that, and I don't know what it was like to grow up in a city because I didn't grow up in a city. But I always think that that childhood
Mm,
and out with nature, and
yeah,
as I say, I'm spiritual. I think that lasted a lifetime
yeah,
actually. Of I always strikes me as well. Now we're in the spring now, aren't we? We're coming up into summer, but
mm,
to see the cherry blossom and the
yes.
hawthorn blossom and the may blossom coming out,
Mm,
and oh, it always struck me as a child of being a magical time of year,
yeah,
and it is still just so
I think you're
beautiful.
right.
Mm.
Yeah, I think you're right. To see the crocus and the snowdrops and the daffodils, and then, as you say, all the tree blossoms coming out. I mean, I joined a year ago. I joined as a arboretum
Oh
about eight
yeah.
miles from me, and I joined. I'd been meaning to go for years, and I hadn't gone, and so I made myself join as a friend of. And
Okay.
I make myself go once a month, except the summer when I don't go because it's too hot. But I
Ah.
make myself go once a month, at least, to this place, and it's lovely.
Oh, it is. And you know what? I used to go when I used to live in Bristol at one point, and I used to go off. There's a place called Westonbirt
Oh, I've
Arboretum.
heard. Yes, I've seen Western Burt on the television. Yeah.
Yes, and when the fall came, fall, I sound very American, don't I?
Oh, it is the
When the
autumn.
autumn came and the leaves were turning,
Amazing
oh,
colours.
stunning.
Yeah,
Yeah, absolutely
yeah.
beautiful. I mean,
But
so
it's very
lovely.
famous, Western Burt, isn't it?
I think so,
Yeah,
actually.
yeah.
I'm not much of a, I mean, I know I said I chopped down the ivy and I'm out. I'm not necessarily too much of a gardener, so don't get me started on too many names of
Oh
plants.
no, well, I don't know them anyway. It's that green thing with the pink flower or whatever. It's yes.
Yeah,
But yes,
yeah,
it is quite a
yeah.
famous arboretum, Western Burt.
Yes, it's beautiful.
The
It's a nice
colours.
part of the world around there, actually.
Oh,
It's,
it's
I
lovely.
think it's Cotswolds, isn't it, around that
Yeah,
bit? Yeah.
really lovely,
Yeah,
really
it is
lovely.
nice.
But I
Yeah.
think it's good, for us all, isn't it, to be outside. Whatever we're doing, whether it's going to the beach or whether it's going to the. I quite like going to the woodlands because I like listening to all the bird song.
Well, actually, I if I got the choice, you see, Tilly's like me. I went to Cornwall for over just a week and a bit over this last summer, and the friend that I went with got a nice little cottage, which was lovely, and they were mad keen on going to the beach, albeit that it was kind of like last day of September, beginning of October, and so it wasn't like it caused the crowds or anything. But you know what? With the dog and everything, it's such a palaver because you've got sand everywhere.
Yes.
Yeah. Coming back and all of her, because she's got this really long lead. I wouldn't let her off in places I didn't know.
No.
And she gets covered in sand, and then everything gets covered in sand.
Well, yes, and of course, being a
Oh,
low dog,
yeah. I mean, she's
gather
like a
the
little
the
walking,
mud and the
walking sand castle. Sorry, she's running around and my table's shaking. But so woodland I love because
yeah.
you've got those sights and sounds. But actually, as a friend of mine said, what is it about the ionization of the air around where the water is and the rocks and the sea and everything? It's very
Hmm.
good for you, apparently.
Yes.
So, but we went on the coastal paths and up round
Nice.
all the top, and that was nice, you know.
Yes. Yeah, a bit of
Yeah, yeah.
water, I think, is good. So that you got the movement, haven't you? You could sort of, I mean, I used to go to the seaside years and years ago, and just sitting by the on the beach,
Mm.
and hearing the waves, it would send me to sleep.
Oh, yes. Yes, it's lovely, isn't it?
It's
It
very
really is
relaxing.
nice.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, Louis
Yeah.
loves going on the beach. First time I took him on the beach was a few years ago now, and I let him off. I hadn't let him off much up to this point, and I let him off, and he tore off, and I thought, oh God, I've
Oh
lost him.
no.
And
Oh
it was
no.
it was really it was funny, but it wasn't funny. You know how you get these great big deep pools around the breakwaters? He went
Yes.
flying into one. Oh, it's deep! It was so funny. But yes, he saw a dog the far side of the beach and decided that he was going to go off. Yeah, so there was me bellowing after him. Yes, eventually he did come back, but I was a bit concerned.
Oh, I know. It's awful, isn't it? You get your heart in your mouth and you think, oh no,
Yeah.
that's it. Oh, they've gone. Oh, what am I going to do? Yeah. Yeah,
Yes,
I know that feeling. Hence, I
yes,
don't go off
it's
the
not
long
good.
lead. She's got a really long lead. It's about 60 foot. So it's not like she can't have a good run.
Yeah.
But no, I lost her for an hour and a half. And because
Oh,
yeah, because you see in my fields, they grow meadow grass for the feed, for the hay, you see, for
yeah.
the animals. And it gets up to about your waist.
Oh, and of course,
Just
being
stood
small,
in
you couldn't
there.
see. Oh
No,
no.
couldn't see her. And what she got the scent of some rabbit or a pheasant or something.
Mm.
And of course she was off. And I'm like, I had a huge field and I'm like, I don't know
Where do
where
I
she
start looking?
I know it really panicked me because I thought that's it.
Oh,
Can't find her. So fortunately, what was happening is I could see the tops of the grass just moving slightly. And then she'd be over that bit, and then all of a sudden it'd be over there, and then she'd be over there. And I'm like, what do we do?
oh
What do we
dear.
do? Eventually I managed to sort of dive on top of her, and I
A
managed to
rugby
catch
tackle.
literally I thought well that's it, going to break something, but I've kind of got to get down to her level. um,
Yes.
and she wasn't happy. She's
Oh dear, bless
wriggling
her.
and I was like, no, never
Oh
again. So that
dear.
was it.
Yes,
Yeah.
I have a long training lead for Louis. So when we go out, it's about 15 feet.
Oh, nice.
And I
Yes.
tie and I tied knots in it as so if it gets on the ground, so you can put your foot down and the knot will go against your foot, so it can't.
Good idea.
Yeah,
Yes. 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 You've got to wear a harp. They've got to put a harness on, obviously, if it's
harness.
a one. If anybody's listening, don't get your dog with a collar because if they're
No,
running
because it
long, they can
damages
get some
the
speed up and
damages the
it hurts
yeah.
them. Mm,
Yes, I
yes.
because
Do
I
it
see
with a
lots of
harness.
people with dogs with great big choke chains on, and it can't be good for the necks or the
No.
voice boxes. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm no expert, but I just know that whenever she's on the long lead, she has to wear the harness.
Yes. Well, yes,
Yeah.
because you got the sort of the biggest roundest bit, haven't you? And that's a lot stronger to be round there than it is to yank on a on the necks.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
trouble is, my gosh, if anybody's listening to this, I think, does she just never talk everything else about her dog? But the thing
Well,
is, to put the
dogs are
harness
family,
on.
aren't they? I mean,
Mm, I know, she's gorgeous. I love her to bits. I'm
yeah,
stroking her ears now. There's one going down. She's got a lovely long floppy ears, and oh, they're
yeah, she's
lovely.
gorgeous.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, people say, well, they're dogs, but actually, she's my family. You
Yes,
know.
yes, all four-legged animals are family, aren't they? So, and there are people that don't understand that.
And that's fine.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not a great fan of reptiles. In fact, I've got a bit
Oh
of a phobia
no.
about snakes. But I
Oh
had a
no.
friend who had a lizard and she loved this lizard. She thought it was brilliant. And I'm sure it was a wonderful lizard, but it
Yeah.
just
No, thank you.
didn't do anything for me.
No.
So,
Well, we've
I
all
like
got to
my
have
furry friends.
different interests and different likes, haven't we? So we
Absolutely.
can't. It would be a very boring world if we all liked the same thing. It would just be sort of very I don't know. Yes, well, you know what I
Oh
mean.
yeah, I mean nobody
Yeah.
wants to be, the same as me, do they? My goodness me, I wouldn't saddle that on them. But yes, I remember. Unfortunately, all of my uncles and aunts and mums and dads have all gone now. But I remember my uncle was a keen what is tropical fish?
Oh yes, the tropical fish are
Oh,
huge.
and I used to watch this beautiful aquarium, and they kept it spotless every time you go round. It's beautiful tropical fish, and I
Mm,
remember as a kid, and I'd watch them go round and the beautiful colours and so serene and beautiful. And I could understand why people would want
yeah,
to keep fish and
yeah,
watch them, So or in a pond and you see the carp and what
yeah.
have you.
I
Beautiful
mean, some
creatures.
amazing carp, aren't there? I mean, I remember when I was at school, I used to get off the bus, and there was this tiny little place that sold tropical fish, and I'd
Oh,
go in there and watch the fish, and I'd actually fall asleep watching the fish, and the person that runs it used to have to ring my mum up and say, "Would you come and take her away? She's fallen asleep again."
in front of the fish. Well, they are very relaxing, aren't
Yeah.
they? And
Well, the
this is
Japanese
the
have them,
thing.
don't they, in their offices?
Well, do you know, it takes your mind. this is with the dog as well.
Mm,
It takes your mind off your worries and your troubles
yeah,
because you get so engrossed in
yeah,
something as lovely and beautiful and you're watching it move, or with
yeah.
the little dog that I've got watching her on the long lead,
You're
on
not
the
long lead.
cliff or roll in the grass or something. And
Yeah.
it just takes your mind off the daily hassles. I think it's very good for your mental
Oh,
health.
absolutely. Absolutely. Yes, it's
Mm,
brilliant. It's brilliant.
yeah.
Well, Deborah, it's been fascinating learning about a little bit more about what you enjoy doing outside of work and meeting Tilly. I've
I
never met
know.
Tilly before, and she's gorgeous.
She
So,
is. She.
yes,
Even
so I'm
when
sure.
she's being a pain, she's gorgeous.
Well, they all are, aren't they, at times?
It
Yeah.
sounds like I'm really one-track minded. To a certain extent, I am. I'm not as boring as people might think, though.
No,
I
you're not. No,
do
no,
other
no.
things as
Not
well.
not at all. Not at all. But it's been a lovely chit chat with you this evening. Thank you. And we got the time right eventually. Um,
Ah, I
oh,
know.
that was
I
fun.
mean, here's me, meant to be Mrs. Organized, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I was a whole 12 hours early.
Oh dear, you're not the first, and you won't be the last.
No, no, yeah, absolutely. Oh, well, thank
Anyway, thank
you,
thank you
Caroline.
so
It's been
much for
nice.
joining me, and yes, look forward to chatting again sometime soon.
Well, thank you. Thank you for the opportunity. It's been really lovely. I think it's lovely what you're doing. So yeah, truly appreciate it. Thanks ever
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank you so much.